Hello, what is up guys? This is Mike Loris. I'm going to be bringing you another game from the Starseries Season 3. Still in the group stages right now, or like the early stages, 0.74. Boring stuff. Ooh, Navi. Okay, this might be not be the boring stuff. Navi can open up with the Naga Siren, Shadow Shaman, and Wisp. VP banning out the Lone Druid because their opponent is Admiral Bulldog, the famous Lone Druid player. Really well, I'm going to look forward to see what else he has in his repertoire. Because, Dota buff stuff says that he's mostly in the Lone Druid camp. I don't know how his other heroes are, but we'll see. Navi, they're going to open up with Naga Siren in combination with Wisp. That signifies to me that they want to have the Naga Siren just be protected and farm while the Wisp is all over the map with someone else. The Naga Siren not going to be that tether partner. Now, the TA has also been banned out, so they could look for a CK, Sven, or Juggernaut. But they first picked the Naga Siren. I mean, Naga Siren got through, so you're going to first pick them. They also picked up the Wisp, so it's kind of an odd combination there. VP, they're going to respond with the very cookie-cutter Rubik as well as Leshrac. If they're in the pool, then you're going to pick them up. There's not really any surprise there. They could combo together, although... Oh, they're actually going to go with the Tidehunter as well. I'm fixing my mic, so if it's a little loud, I'm sorry. So uncomfortable. And what the ass is going on? Navi, they're banning out the Juggernaut. Well, Juggernaut would probably be a good pickup for them, but I guess they don't want the other team to have it. That seems kind of weird to me. VP, they're doing a very smart thing, banning out the CK. And then at a certain point, it's like, what can Navi pick up to be that Wisp tether partner? The VP, they have a very solid support lineup so far. They need the damage. They're probably looking for the hard carry, which is why Navi are banning out that Juggernaut. And, I mean, VP, they still have a lot of heroes to select from. You can go for Anti-Mage, you can go for some ranged carry, Clinks maybe. Or they could go for the Lifestealer. Seen it work. I've seen VP do it, and it has worked. So we'll see what they want to do with that, but no matter who they pick up, he's going to have a lot of support through the Tidehunter and the Leshrac. Rubik probably in a solo mid position, although that could change depending on the bans and depending on really what they decide to do with it. The Ricky Mario is going to be the ban out from Navi. It's kind of a weird bans there. You would expect them to ban out the more, mainstream carries like Morphling. I don't know, guys. Maybe Navi want to pick up the Morphling, but then the Wisp is kind of without a really strong tether partner. Nature's Prophet going to be the final ban out, preventing Navi from getting a really sick global ganking lineup, and, well, Nature's Prophet, Wisp, and then whoever Wisp tethers to. That's 3 heroes that can be anywhere on the map immediately. So that's pretty dangerous. Navi, who are they going to partner up with this Wisp? They could still go for a Tiny. I don't think I've seen Navi run a Tiny before, though. They're going to go with the Invoker, get some solid lane control, really wait until that 5th pick to see who is going to be that Wisp partner. I mean, it could be Naga Siren. The Wisp could just be playing a really hard support, use the Relocate, not to go for those ganks, although, I mean, why would you pick up a Wisp then, right? You could pick up anyone else to do the same job. VP, they're looking for some carry heroes, most likely. Morphling, Anti-Mage. The big 2 are still there. Navi kind of making some niche bans with the Juggernaut as well as the Ricky. The silencing and the burst damage from Juggernaut could be pretty annoying, but keep in mind that this is still 0.74, so Morphling's still pretty darn good in this game. I'd say that Morphling is a good hero. VP, they could pick that up. They could go for a Lifestealer, or Anti-Mage, or Clinks, or Void even. The world is their oyster right now, and Navi, and they have some support with the Wisp and Shadow Shaman, so they're fine as far as that goes. They need one more lane, though. It's going to be a little bit interesting how they want to actually lane that, and I'm also looking forward to seeing how Admiral Bulldog plays without that Lone Druid available to him. I don't think I've seen him play without the Lone Druid before. So we'll see how capable he is of doing that. Also, I'm not really sure if... I haven't seen Navi run the Wisp all that much. That could be Bulldog's hero? I don't know. Usually, I mean, Dendi Invoker or something like that. Shadow Shaman, Arzart, Naga Siren. Usually on Havorst, but I don't know. Maybe Naga Siren will be the Bulldog hero. Whatever. No sense wasting thought about it. VP, they are going to pick up the Anti-Mage. So they're going to have a little bit of mobility there. And he's going to get very, very protected farm. And Na'Vi, they're going to pick up the Venomancer. Very interesting pickup from them. So the Wisp is kind of partnered up with the Shadow Shaman, I suppose. It might be a solo mid Shadow Shaman. Maybe. And then get the disabling action all over the map. Definitely not the usual way of playing a Wisp strategy. Because usually when you play the Wisp, you have someone to partner to, so you could relocate gank all over the map. CK, Juggernaut, Tiny, Ursa Warrior even. But Na'Vi, they're going to go with the Venomancer, get more support on the board. So they do have a solid 4-1 strategy. VP going to cap off with the Windrunner, so a very textbook lineup coming out from VP. One might even say boring. Na'Vi with a very wonky lineup. I mean, they have 4-1. They could protect the Naga Siren all day, but they just have some really odd selection of heroes, and the hero selections are very odd as well. I don't know about this game, guys, but anyway, on the VP side, we have Mozart playing the Windrunner Airman. Gonna be hard carrying that Anti-Mage still without a shirt. KSI is gonna be playing that Tidehunter NS on the Leshrac, and Crazy gonna be following up with the Rubik on the Na'Vi side. We have Arzard playing his usual role, Shadow Shaman, supporting Wisp. It's being played by Puppy. Oh, I think I have seen Puppy play Wisp before, so never mind about that. Light of Heaven on a Venomancer. Admiral Bulldog trailing a little bit behind on the Naga Siren Invoker without a face. He's being played by Dendi. They're all heading up towards the top lane, so we might see a level 1 Rumble. In such a situation, I've got to favor VP for that one. They have the Gush, Shackle Shot, Telekinesis, and Leshrac Edict does a ton of damage. And I mean, like Na'Vi, they have decent damage as well, but Naga Siren and Invoker not the most useful here in the Wisp. He's probably not going to be able to get a Tether Stun, and even if he does get it, no, could say no, he can't say. Doesn't say how much it is, but it's like a 0.75 second stun, so it's not substantial at all. Arzart might get a little bit caught out. NS is going to look for that split earth. Not going to happen though. Dendi already getting a point of extort, so it is going to be an extort Invoker possibly on the bot lane. I don't know what Na'Vi is doing with this game though. It could be very interesting. Anti-Mage on the top lane is going to get very protected farm. NS is there as the Leshrac to pressure people back, and KSI going to be doing the same exact thing. Crazy probably going to go to the mid lane and Mozart on the bot. So VP, as I said before, very cookie cutter, very standard strategy from them. Looks like it's going to be a tri-lane on top for Na'Vi. Bottom lane solo Venomancer. Going to go toe-to-toe with that Windrunner. He looks fine to me. Well, my guy's a body. He just has no face. Whatever. Apparently, I get one up over those guys. Stupid versions, man. The version switching, not really being friendly to this game. Oh, there you go. Faceless Dendi. They are seeing it. Wisp blocking off that first camp spawn. Good use of that illusion rune there. And Puppy and Arzart, they're going to provide Bulldog with quite a bit of safety. Thought Airman would get the safe lane farm, but that's because I did not expect Na'Vi to lane a tri-lane up against the 2.5 lane of VP. Naga Siren definitely getting a little bit more here. Although, Leshrac with the denies. Maybe not. Oh. Yeah. I'm a little bit sleepy. Maybe I just have to drink something. I have a cup of water right here. No. Nothing's happening, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Oh yeah. Mozart taking a lot of harassment damage from Light of Heaven. He's gonna pop off that Windrunner and stand and fight. This bottom lane, solo lane Venomancer versus the solo lane Windrunner. You don't really see it all that often, and by all that often, I mean you don't see it ever. So it's going to really be hard to evaluate who has the upper hand here. Windrunner should have a little bit of an edge though. She does have a little bit more range than the Venomancer. She does have a little bit more base damage as well. The Venomancer harassment could really stack up. I think Naga Siren just said something about a Shadow Shaman. I really love those dialogue things like between characters. They're awesome. And with Light of Heaven, he's pushing and he's harassing Mozart down. 6 for 1 versus 6 to 1. So they're very even there. The kills might happen on that bot lane. The mid lane is going to be Crazy versus Dendi. I don't think anything is going to happen here, but Dendi is going for that extort, as I mentioned before. So you're just waiting for Arzart to get any sort of disable. Puppy's taking a lot of damage. Bulldog getting a 3-man with that Riptide. Puppy's now trapped in a corner. Tether, not for another 2 seconds, can try to eat his way through. Tether him out, run! Oh, he's got swiped down by the Anti-Mage right as the Invoker Sun strikes at Leshrac. So Airman does pick up the first blood, and Invoker gets a retaliatory kill. But first blood on the Anti-Mage, that is ideal for any team. Unfortunately, Puppy a little bit out of position with that Tether, forced to run up instead of down, and that's never a good sign. Gush onto Arzard as the blink in from Airman is there. Arzard is going to go down to Airman once again. The kill's going to the Anti-Mage. I mean, he only has 2 last hits, but he did pick up a Ring of Health with those 2 kills, one being a first blood. So VP, their carry is getting pretty dangerous. Bulldog, only 5 for 5. That's kind of surprising, actually. You would think you would have a little bit more than that. But this top lane for Na'Vi not getting any farm at all. Even though there are constantly 3 heroes here, I mean, NS is pulling the camps, KSI, and trying to provide a little bit of pressure just by being there. But the farm from Na'Vi is not really panning out for them. I don't know if it's because Bulldog can't play Naga Siren, which could be the case, I have no idea. Or if they're just getting pressured a lot by the what's his face, the Leshrac. But either way, it's not going too well for Na'Vi. VP taking a very good start to this game. See how this mid lane is doing. Dendi Evoker is having a very good time versus this Rubik. Also getting a couple of kills. And okay, there's that. He's getting a couple kills around the map. 15 for 14, so a lot of denies. He should have a substantial experience advantage. Yes, a 500 experience advantage in favor of Dendi because of those denies. Crazy. I mean, he's struggling a little bit in this mid lane, but his top lane is doing well enough so that he doesn't really have to worry about staying on par with that Invoker. Invoker with an Exhort. I mean, that's very hard to it's very hard to keep up with them just because of the base damage difference. You can see 59 damage on that Rubik versus, what is that, 80? Oh, okay, it was 80 something. Oh no, Airman's going to go for another kill. Spirits are doing a little bit of damage to him. He's not going to get stunned though. Art holding his ground, and the Airman does go down to the creeps. KSI taking a little bit of damage. Bulldog, does he have a net? He's going to chase down KSI and get another kill. Tether from the Wisp giving Bulldog a little bit more movement speed. There's a second kill, and NS is going to get Latch, and a Sunstrike follow. Boom, headshot. So Na'Vi losing the Wisp, but in exchange for 3, with an Anti-Mage being one of those 3, very worth it for them. Bulldog has been 103, so not the most kills in the Naga Siren, unfortunately, for Na'Vi, but Invoker staying very active in the mid lane with those Sunstrikes. And Invoker is just using that to get an extra form of gold, extra form of income, so that he's going to keep on getting more and more ahead of Crazy. You can see level 6 Invoker versus the only level 4 Rubik. Wait, no, it's a negative experience, so I don't really know how the experience is measured with these negative numbers. So I guess it wasn't a 500 experience advantage, but yeah, Dendi staying active on the map, and that's one of the advantages of picking up an Invoker. You need the proper setup, and hey, the top lane has a Shadow Shaman. That's all the support you need. Light of Heaven going to go very aggressive onto Mozart, but he's got to watch out because NS is circling around. He does have Lightning Storm. Kind of makes sense for this game because he needed to be the support hero. NS going to start right-clicking Light of Heaven. Split Earth, going to miss just barely. As Light of Heaven does make his way out. Let's see, 21 for 2 versus 25 for 7. So yeah, Winner getting a slight edge, but really Venomancer is staying very competitive in this lane. Airman left up alone on the top lane. So he's not going to have a lot of farm. He already doesn't have a lot of farm. 9-0 as far as creep kills go. And looks like it's going to be a ganking party of Puppy and Arzart. Very interesting there. Admiral Bulldog 19 for 5, so still not the most spectacular farm from this Naga Siren. Kind of disappointed there. But hey, they're still winning the lane, technically. Rubik with the haste rune looking for Light of Heaven. He's going to get a pull off. Dendi's, everyone's still on their lanes. They're still farming. 4 for 3. And Na'Vi are, I don't know, let's actually take a look. They're ahead a little bit by experiencing gold, but mostly it's not due to this top lane, which I feel, although they are doing a little bit better than the other lane, they're not necessarily winning it as hard as they should be. Like, Naga Siren at this point should have like at least 30 creep kills, like 5 per minute, not even 5 per minute, a little bit less than 5 per minute. With a lane like this, when you have so much support and there are like 2 melees and NS left, I feel like that won't be unreasonable. Maybe that's just me with high expectations again, saying like a 15-minute blink dagger isn't fast enough. You must get everything faster. Mozart with that power shot now leveled up. He's going to have quite an edge on Light of Heaven. I'm never actually seen a solo bot lane Venomancer before. He's getting a little bit of farm, going for a Ring of Regen, possibly Tranquil Boots. Venomancer usually is played as a support hero. Art can run straight into NS, shock him as well. Here comes Moat's Airman with a blink in. Art is on the run, trying to juke gap that split earth, but he's going to get cornered. So many heroes here for VP, and he does go down. Na'Vi losing one in exchange for nothing. Actually, all 5 are on top here for VP. Looks like NS and Crazy going to leave along with Mozart. That's a long walk to go in Light of Heaven. Dendi, they're getting a lot of free time here. Dendi almost does have his Force Staff up. It looks like Na'Vi, they're not safe yet. Circling around from NS. Arzart is going to catch him out. So he's going to warn his team, but Puppey and Bulldog are in a very rough position. Not yet level 6. Lash onto Lestrak, and the Sunstrike does pick up that kill. Tether stunning Airman, as well as Crazy as Puppey tries to make his way up. Power shot getting killed that Wisp, though. So 1-for-1 trade Lestrak for a Wisp. I mean, it's pretty much a wash there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But the thing is, even though technically the kills are even or a wash or however you want to say it, well, Dendi was the one getting the kill. So Na'Vi got the kill, but it was on someone who has been farming this entire time. Light of Heaven also uncontested farm, getting himself a couple more creep kills there. So Na'Vi ultimately did get a little bit of the upper hand in that engagement, just because they had heroes that weren't all there. Like VP invested a lot more to get that one kill than Na'Vi did. Venomancer's going to hold on to Tread, shackling Light of Heaven to a creep, split earth, going to hit as well, lightning to follow, and the right click should be enough to bring down this Venomancer. Yes, it will be enough. Windrunner with a kill, with the help of NS. Venomancer's holding on to Power Treads, plus a Ring of Regen, so he's not going to go for Tranquil Boots. Kind of surprising there. I mean, why else would you get a Ring of Regen? Maybe a Hood? Going to go for a quick pipe for his team? Possibly. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've seen. The mid lane, Dendi is going to try to go toe-to-toe with Crazy. He's going to get brought down. Force Staff out, though. One more hit. No, he needs one more hit. He does get the kill, but he does end up trading his life there. Invoker for Rubik. Still pretty much even trades there, but, I mean, again, investing one more hero, and that's one less hero that could be on the top lane. Airman, 21 for 1 versus 41 for 7. So there you go. Bulldog really hitting his stride now, and he's going to take down a tier 1 tower on the top lane, but looks like VP, they want to make it a trade. Edict, not procured by Lestrak. When was the last time you saw Lestrak without Edict? It's going to slow down that push just a little bit, but it is going to be an even trade. Each side picking up one tower. Bulldog picking up that one, and Mozart picking up the other. That's going to favor Na'Vi a little bit more. Once again, how the farm is being distributed. You can see Na'Vi, they're a little bit ahead as far as farm goes. Experience, a little bit ahead as well, but that one kill, I mean, it should be a little more in VP's favor, but just the way the experience is going, just the way that Dendi's getting those denies, just making the graphs play out in such a way that gives Na'Vi just a slight edge. But of course, it is nothing that cannot be reversed. NS and KSI, they're looking to reverse it right now. Getting spotted out by that Forge Spirit. They're going to go for Dendi right now. Or maybe not. KSI does have that Ravage. And Puppey and Bulldog, they're heading down to that mid lane. Bulldog looks like he's going to go for a Vanguard, so he wants to be active early on in this game. Really, that's a pretty good idea from Na'Vi. I don't know how confident Bulldog is in his Naga Siren, but hey, if you could get an early lead like this, just annihilate Crazy. He is so dead. Oh my god, he's dead. Rubik didn't stand a chance there. Ultimate setup just for the Rubik, but hey, he's deader than dead. There's a big difference between mostly dead and dead. Because we have all but one from Na'Vi on this mid lane. Looking to push this tower down. Really, well, they do have the Serpent Wards, so they just need a good creep wave. It's going to be hard to get that creep wave together, though, seeing as though 3 points are up on Lightning Storm, 3 points are up on that Anchor Smash. NS is going to take a Riptide as well as a net. Sunstrike, no, the Ward Trap is actually going to be there. NS is going to go down to these wards. Ravage is going to fly, hit onto Artis, does go down. Dendi's getting hit as well. Tugging back. Help from Puppey, though, with that Tether. And Crazy's taking a lot of damage. Tether not going to stun Crazy, but he's going to get netted to the floor, and he should get Sunstruck. No, the Wisp, actually, with the right clicks, picking up that kill. Na'Vi losing their Art Shadow Shaman in exchange for 2. Wards did get dropped down as well, though. But I guess the Ravage also was burned on that in that little exchange there. BP, they're taking fights, and I mean, like, they're decent fights. They're not getting completely squished. But still, Na'Vi, they're getting like a little bit more out of these engagements every single time. And Light of Heaven wasn't even in that fight. I guess Airman was also not in that fight, but Airman's going to go for a Vanguard. It looks like he could transition straight into Battle Fury. Yeah, that's probably what he's going to do. Light of Heaven with a headdress. So he's going to go for that mech, I suppose. Or maybe a pipe. Quick pipe, quick mech. Let Puppy get the mech and get a double heal going. That could be fine as well. Light of Heaven's been farming spot lane all day long. Airman finally got some free time to farm on that top lane. You can see he's really behind as far as the gold per minute goes, sitting firmly in the middle of the pack, whereas the Naga Siren is still leading. Windrunner actually doing pretty well for himself. She already does have that mech up. So she did end up getting a little bit of an advantage from that bot lane, plus the ganking up to the top lane. Got her 3 kills in total. Relocate onto the bot lane. It's going to be Arzar and Puppy. Hex onto NS. He did have enough damage to bring him down. Shock. Not going to do it. The Gush going off onto Puppy. Bringing that low armor even lower. Shackling Arzar to a tree. The tether breaks. Oh, that is disastrous. And Wisp is going to live from this one. Teleporting back. But Arzar is left for dead. And he does go down. See, that's the problem. It's the problem with having a Shadow Shaman tether partner. Is that he has to burn the death wards, really, if you want to get that kill. Granted, he's only level 6. And Leshrac, he's level 6 as well. Oh my god, what happened to your head, Leshrac? What have they done to you? Lobotomized him. But still, Shadow Shaman not the best tether partner for that Wisp. Usually you do need someone who does a little bit more burst damage. CK, Tiny, Juggernaut, Ursa Warrior. You know, those are the heroes that could really shred someone down within, you know, like 2 seconds, and then you have that rest of the relocate time to just run away so you don't die. But Shadow Shaman, I mean, his damage is pretty slow. The Ether Shock does decent damage, yeah. But everything else, I mean, he's got to lay down those death wards, try to get a ward trap. And using 2 ultimates for 1 gank, I don't know if that's actually worth it. 4 from Na'Vi onto this mid lane. They're looking to push this tower down again. Dendi does have that 4 point in Quas. He's going to get 2 Forge Spirits. Although, still, with the points on Lightning from the Leshrac, the power shot from, double Latchel onto Puppy, as well as Light of Heaven. Puppy's going to drop immediately. Ravage as well, hitting all 3. Telekinesis Light of Heaven into the air. He's going to unleash his ultimate before he does go down. Admiral Bulldog going to unleash his ultimate as well. Is this Mozart trapped? He has phase boots, so he's not trapped. He's going to run right out of there. Shackle as well as Net. Is there Sunstrike? No, the Airman dives right back in, trying to use his Mana Void to kill off Arzard. He does take down the Naga Siren ultimately. Now he's going to chase down Dendi. Is he going to have enough damage to do this? He's actually going to change his mind and go straight for the Shadow Shaman, taking a cold snap. Just slow him down. Sunstrike going to latch. Puppies relocate, not even needed. Dendi on point with these Sunstrikes. But Na'Vi, I don't think that fight favored them. So that might have been the first fight that favored VP this entire game. Really just a giant slugfest. Both teams just clashing. Shackle. Oh my god, the Shackle from Mozart. Going to latch onto Dendi, and he gets burst down immediately. Look at that Shackle range. What kind of Shackle is that? Man, I don't get those kind of shackles. But Windrunner with the shackles on point. Kind of countering the accuracy of the Invoker with accuracy of her own. If you could keep getting those 2-man shackles, it's going to be devastating for Na'Vi. Really, I mean, their carry hero has been... I mean, she has 1 death. Airman has had 2. But the Anti-Mage is a little bit more of a hard carry because he will get a lot more burst farm. Naga Siren, I mean, she's going for what looks like a heart, or maybe even a relic. That might be the case. Admiral Bulldog playing the Naga Siren like he plays the Lone Druid. Radiance, man. Radiance. That could help her a little bit, but Anti-Mage is well on his way to that Battle Fury. In late game, I do think VP should have a slightly better time there because, I mean, late game Venomancer, who's been farming, yes, but I haven't been really seeing the effects of that farm so far. He's going for the mech. But really, that's, he doesn't even have it yet. Whereas Mozart has had it for a while. Plus, he's had enough time to get himself a Staff of Wizardry. Top lane Dendi gonna look to harass back Airman. Gonna open up with a Cold Snap. He cannot get this. Forge Spirit's being popped as well. Airman gonna get out of there. Gonna get out of there? Gonna be safe. Yeah, he'll be fine. It's still 3 from Na'Vi. Puppy does have that relocate, so he might look to tether up and gank someone. It's going to be on the bot lane where Bulldog is getting chased down by 3 heroes. Power shot going to hit on the Naga Siren. No ultimate to bail her out. Here comes a relocate, though. She's going to teleport out as Puppy and Arzar can teleport in. There's the teleport cancel. Mozart trapped in the wards. Does have phase boots, though. He's not going to be able to pop them off as the Ravage does fly. Puppy taking a lot of damage there. He needs 1 more hit, and he's going to go down. There it goes. KSI taking down that Wisp, and Arzard getting the Hex onto KSI. Bulldog still there with the damage. And 3 drop for VP in exchange for Puppey. Very good trade once again for Na'Vi. And now Dendy's picked up a Blink Dagger plus a Force Staff, so this Invoker is going to be all over the place. Now Light of Heaven might be the one in danger. If Crazy could close in to get a Gale, then Light of Heaven's going to die. It's going to be a Telekinesis back up into the high ground, then a Gale. Light of Heaven unleashes his ultimate before he goes down, but he's going to get popped by that Mana Void. VP taking a free pick there. Everyone's going to take a little bit of damage from that ultimate, but he's just going to head right back up to the top lane, try to duel Dendy. He's got to be a little more careful, though, because Dendy could chase down that Anti-Mage now that he has all this mobility in his pocket, plus a Tornado armed. Dendy could get a solo kill. Oh, no, Puppey. What the hell are you doing there, man? What? I don't understand what just happened. Why is he there? I completely missed that, but Puppey throwing his life away, never a good thing. Generally, suicide is not exactly good, and that's going to take a net from Bulldog. Split Earth does latch, though. Bulldog is going to get a heart. Sunstrike is going to hit perfectly onto NS. Bulldog, does he want to duel this off? KSI is here, and there goes the Naga Siren ultimate, so Bulldog did not want to fight this. He's going to get himself out of there. He's going straight for a heart Naga Siren. I mean, I don't know about that choice. I do feel like Radiance in this situation would have been the appropriate item to get, because if you look at Navi's side, they have Venomancer, Shadow Shaman, and Wisp, and those heroes don't deal a lot of damage. And they have Invoker just dealing decent damage, but Naga Siren gonna go straight tank. I do feel like she needs to be the one doing the right click damage, because Anti-Mage almost does have his Battle Fury up. And someone is going to have to contest that Anti-Mage later on, and it's not going to be the Invoker. I guess Cold Snap and Deafening Blast does help a little bit, but it really needs to be that Naga Siren. Sure, she'll be very, very durable, but everyone from VP is also going to be durable simply because there's no damage coming out from Na'Vi. So I don't know if that heart is the correct decision there. Let's actually take a look at some of the other items. Mech's still not up. VP, Hood going up. Battle Fury is completed. Force Staff, and nothing. VP, I mean, Bulldog does have a lot of gold to spend, I guess. He's spending it on some big items, which kind of makes sense. He might get ganked, though. This time he doesn't have that Song of the Siren to get him out. Smoke, they're actually going to turn around and go to the mid lane, where Na'Vi, they're still pushing. They've been pushing this for like 10 minutes now. Serpent Wards do get dropped, but this tower is now in deny range. Oh no, it's so close. 5 HP off the deny range. Puppey's going to tether himself out. Not going to latch with that Shackle Shot. There goes the Ravage, hitting a whole bunch of Na'Vi heroes. NS taking a lot of damage from the Wisp. He's going to go down. It was only 1-1 trade so far. Light of Heaven on the run. He's going to get shot in the back by Mozart. The tower still alive. Sunstrike. Oh, it did hit, but it wasn't enough. If he waited like 0.1 seconds, I'm pretty sure the Poison Nova would have done enough damage to get him killed by the Sunstrike. Yeah. But anyway, 14 for 18. VP still in the kill, still in favor of them. The experience is following suit. The gold not quite there. Hex onto KSI, but he's getting a lot of teleportation support. Na'Vi, you got to run right now. Arzard, no, it's actually going to be Dendy the focus. Shackle not going to latch, and he does blink himself out of there. Arzard can take a power shot, and NS looking for that split earth, and doesn't matter because, what the hell, Puppey, what are you doing? Invoker somehow killing off the Tidehunter with a Sunstrike of all things. Where's Tidehunter? Wow, okay, good Sunstrike there by Dendy. But a Shadow Shaman for a Tidehunter, I mean, that's still pretty even. The trades all day. Bulldog on the bot lane farming now with the Heart of Terras, so he's going to be very, very durable. 2100 health on him, plus the decent armor, 13 armor, not bad at all. Puppey is in the mid lane, teleportation support coming in. It is going to be Bulldog. Song of the Siren, a little bit too late. Everyone from VP, they're stuck here, but I mean, Na'Vi, they don't have any good way of getting in there. How are they going to set up with that Naga Siren to initiate? Like, there's no Black Hole, there's no Vacuum, there's no Ravage, there's no Epicenter. They don't have those options. So ultimately, the sleep is just going to be a positioning tool, or, you know, to pick off one person, or even as a defensive tool. So that's once again restricting the offensive capabilities of Na'Vi. They need to get some damage up soon. And they're still doing fine in these fights, just because the spell damage is carrying them quite a long way. The Invoker is doing a ton of damage with almost maxed out Exhort. And of course the Wisp Spirit's still very relevant. The Venomancer poison damage also taking everyone from VP down quite a bit. But sooner or later that's not going to be enough. Looks like Naga Siren is going to go for what looks like a I want to say Diffusal would be a good choice right now. Although Diffusal Manta, they're probably both on the docket. They're probably both going to be picked up eventually. Let's actually take a look at how Airman is doing. He does have that Battle Fury up, 2,000 gold onto him. He could go for a Manta style of his own. He is still not surpassing the Naga Siren as far as gold per minute goes. Airman is going to take a little bit of damage from these Forged Spirits. Got his armor lowered. Na'Vi looking for an engagement there. But it's going to be really difficult to hit that anti-mage with a net. If he's quick with his fingers, which he should be. 7-2-4 on this anti-mage. Wow, you got a lot of creep. You got a lot of heroes. Naga Siren 418, so not bad as well. Not as many kills, but more assists. Kind of balancing that out. One fewer death. They're pretty even there. Naga Siren has now her mirror images maxed out, and they're very, very tanky with that Hardest Wrath. This tower's going to go down. Fortification trying to stall them. Ravage is up, but there's no initiation really from VP, so they're going to have to let that tower fall. It's going to be an even trade. Crazy and Mozart on the bottom lane have taken down that tower, and Na'Vi, they're heading south. Looks like they want to make the tour of the tier 2s, although it's going to be hard with the tier 1 still standing. Good luck killing a tier 2 with that. Sunstrike gonna hit on NS, and there's a relocate gank. Who is it gonna be? It's gonna be Puppy and Bulldog. Initiate right onto NS, but he does have that Ghost Scepter denying a lot of damage. Power Shot gonna latch as well as a Ravage. Bulldog is taking a ton of damage. Heart or no heart, you're going to go down. Song of the Siren, unfortunately, not saving him there, as Wisp and Naga Siren just throw away their lives, trying to go aggressive, but Naga Siren doesn't have the burst damage. As I said before, she's more of a sustained damage dealer. She needs time to prep the illusions, get the Riptide going, then have enough damage to slowly bring people down. Oh no, they're actually going to find Crazy, who gets flattened by a meteor. Well, it's all well and good. Hopefully you guys didn't see that Skype message which popped up. I should really test to see if Skype actually does show up. Dyer does pick up that Roshan. His anti-mage now has double lives. Gonna head up towards the top lane where Arzard and Dendi still pushing. Level 2 Serpent Wards now on Arzard, so they could look to clear out the rest of the tier 2 towers with that. But they gotta be careful, because every time they push, I mean, there's pretty much been a fight every single time.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
What isn't? Yeah, Venomancer does finally have his mech. Jeez, Light of Heaven, come on, come on. But Airman, with the help of Mozart, picking up Dendi. Shackle Shot did latch, and well, Mana Void was used as well. Invoker got his mana burned while stunned, and then really, what could you do against that? I do feel like VP are in a very good position, but Na'Vi, I mean, they just need time right now. Puppy getting worked on by Mozart. Arzard gonna get a Hex from the longest range possible. He does have a Haste Rune. Ward's gonna trap Mozart, but once again, he does have the Phase Boots. He does have a Force Staff as well. Ward's not gonna latch, and those wards are just completely wasted now. Here comes support from VP. Arzard can unleash a shock, but here comes Mozart diving right into the tether. Arzard lashed to a tree though, and he's going to go down for sure. One more swipe from Anti-Mage, getting him his 9th kill of the game, and these wards are just free farm. VP, I feel, with a pretty substantial advantage now. Yeah, 1,500 gold, not that much. Experience is hugely in favor of them. Now all 5 in the mid lane. No creep wave, don't need one. Just going to push down the tier 2s. Meantime, Light of Heaven on the bottom lane. Looks like he's going to go for a pipe for his team. But really, where's the damage from Na'Vi? Who has it? Naga Siren certainly doesn't have it. Right now, the Invoker's the only one who has it. Mozart can take a Sunstrike as he retreats. But VP, I mean, like, the Anti-Mage does a lot of damage. 179 a pop, whereas only 100 damage for Naga Siren. Gonna find the Anti-Mage, but he does blink out. Granted, the Naga Siren does have her damage increased quite a bit by the Riptide plus the mirror images. But once again, she needs farm to do that. And Na'Vi, when you pick up a Wisp, you need burst. That's why you pick up Wisp, so you could burst people down, gank them from global, and then kill them before they have any chance of really getting off their escapes or getting teleport support or anything along those lines. Not going to be available, and you see the Wisp hasn't been effective really at all this game. I mean, the Tethers and the Spirits have been doing pretty good. But other than that, the relocate ganks, I think all of them have failed so far. Airman going to take a net to the floor. A little bit of harassment damage, but he should be fine to blink out of here, unless he blinks right towards Dendi. He's going to blink forward. Dendi is on the chase. Blink Dagger plus a Cold Snap. Airman probably going to go down to this. He's going to lose his Aegis. He's trapped there, but he's going to blink out as soon as he revives. Tether is going to stun him. Net to the floor as well. Airman might go down for a second time. He does. The Invoker damage with that maxed out Extort so much. And Na'Vi take a well-needed pick on that anti-mage, push down the top lane. Probably benefit them more to go to another lane where there is a tier 2 tower. But hey, they could force out the buyback from the anti-mage by breaching the high ground, and that'll be fantastic for them. It is going to be a Diffusal Blade for the Naga Siren, so yes, yay me, calling out the items. But a smoke up from VP. They want to fight this even without their anti-mage. It's going to be a mistake because Song of the Siren is up and operational. Mozart can unleash a, shackled Bulldog to a creep. And there's the buyback. Bulldog in the front line, taking a ton of damage. KSI gonna land a 3-man Ravage, and Admiral Bulldog drops immediately. Ars Art getting healed up quite a bit from that mech. Tornado gonna stall up VP as well. Deafening Blast gonna stall them up even more. Shackle and Dendy not gonna lapse. Light of Heaven does burn that ultimate. He's gonna do a lot of damage over time, but that's not really what they need. They need damage right now because they're all gonna die right now. Light of Heaven is going to be the next one to fall, as Puppey is going to take a huge hit from Airman. Tether is going to slow down that anti-mage just a little bit, but he's going to blink forward. He's going to find Puppey 1 hit, 2 hit. He's going to go down. Arzart is going to be the last one alive, I believe. No, Invoker's still alive. Blinked out of there, but Arzart 1 swipe, 2 swipe, and the power shot from long range as VP get Mozart a triple kill and take a 4-1 sweep. Now they're going to push down the top lane in retaliation. Ravage has been used. Pipe has been used very effectively so far. Ravages, I mean, every single Ravage has hit like 3 people, which is pretty darn good. Isn't there like a item that counts how many 3-man Ravages you have? I feel like there is. But it's like 3-man black holes or Ravages or whatever. So if Valve thinks it's good, then it probably is good, guys. Na'Vi kind of getting switched there, a little bit over aggressive, and Bulldog caught way out of position. I mean, he was all the way over here where the rest of his team was back here, and he literally didn't have any time to get anything off. Song of the Siren just chain stunned down before he could pop that song off. So VP, they're just biding their time. They have all the time in the world. This anti-mage is getting really big, and he does have a Battle Fury, so we could start cleaving through those Naga Siren illusions. He also does have a Vlad, so he could probably stick and fight with Naga Siren toe-to-toe. Especially if he gets a little bit of support from his team. And Na'Vi, I mean, Wisp is great. Overcharge does help you scale a whole lot into the late game, but I mean, Naga Siren usually isn't gonna rely all that much on attack speed. I mean, like, yes, her main hero is gonna do a lot of attack speed, but really, main hero doesn't do a lot of damage. The way you build Naga Siren is that you stack stats. She's a stat stacker, kind of like Luna. Not in Anti-Mage, where you get damaging items, Battle Fury for fun, and like, you know, other items like that. Naga Siren, you get the cost-effective stuff. You get the stuff that gives you stats because that benefits your illusions. An Overcharge will not benefit your illusions. Arzart is going to get ganked up by NS. Let's see if he can land the Split Earth. Hex can deny that. Shackle going to latch Arzart to a tree, and here comes the Split Earth. But here comes the Relocate as well. Bulldog as well as Puppey. Song of the Siren not in time, though. So Arzart does go down in VP. They could push this very easily. They know that the Song of the Siren is down. They know that the Shadow Shaman's down. No buyback onto him. And now Bulldog and Puppey, they got to get back right now because VP, they're hungry. They want a Rax. Does NS have Edict? Yeah, he is going for that Edict, but he still lost part of his head. And Crazy has picked up the Plague Wards. Very good spell to steal under these circumstances. They're just going to keep pushing in. They do still have that Ravage. They have everything they need for a big team fight. Whereas Na'Vi, they're missing that Song of the Siren. Pipe going to pop off, but the Plague Wards from Light of Heaven, a little bit too much defense there, and I think VP have to fall back. They could go for, no, they can't go for Roshan because he's not up yet. Not for another 3-ish minutes. Na'Vi do successfully hold. And it probably would have been suicide for VP, or at least a bloodbath if VP did take that fight. But hey, I love bloodbaths. That's why you watch Dota, right? So you see things kill each other. Certainly why I watch Dota, because I love seeing things kill each other. NS and KSI gonna get caught out. Where's the net? There's actually Tornado gonna be initiated on top of a Meteor, on top of a Deafening Blast, and Naga Siren annihilates that Leshrac. Crazy gonna get, oh, what the hell was that Shackle and Force Staff? Crazy gonna get stunned by the Tether though. Bulldog without that net, but Crazy's running the wrong way, completely surrounded by Na'Vi heroes. Double kill onto the Naga Siren. Do they want to chase this last one down? Windrunner, a little bit too quick there, as the Puppey, yeah, he gets relocated back to where he was. Na'Vi with those 2 heroes down, they're going to look to take down another tier 2 tower. Mid lane tower still at roughly full HP. They don't even need to drop the wards for this. They could save them up for another push. Maybe go to the bot lane and push that out. Blackbird into Bulldog doing a lot of damage with that Exhort. Holding out to the creep wave with her illusions. There goes the tower to Light of Heaven. Na'Vi take one more tower, one more tier 2 tower left. They're actually just spreading out, so I guess they don't want to push that. They don't really need to. They could still wait, because Naga Siren versus Anti-Mage late game. Yes, Naga Siren could win. Anti-Mage could win also. But Naga Siren, I mean, let's see how their farm's going. Naga Siren is ahead on farm. And before I said Anti-Mage should have an easy time against the Naga Siren, but Anti-Mage, his item progression has pretty much stopped. Whereas Naga Siren has built up the Diffusal Blade, and now is sitting at another 2,600 gold. So Naga Siren really getting the upper hand as far as farm goes. Relocate gank onto the... Oh no, not a gank. Just gonna taxi ride Bulldog over there, I suppose. Where's the original point? Doesn't even tell you, does it? Wait. No, that's an illusion. Where was it? Oh, it was right here. I did not see that. A taxi ride for Bulldog down to the bot lane, where he is going to go for Manta Style, so Naga Siren going to be swimming in those illusions, but looks like there's another thing that she's going to be swimming in, and that is the enemy teleportation out, though, so she's going to be safe. Very smart call by her. Everyone from VP is missing. You do not want to be pushing a lane this far out. That is a recipe for death. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I prefer not to die when I play my games. Looks like Na'Vi, they're grouping up. Looks like they want to smoke as well. Is there a smoke online? Smoke not going to be... Oh, restocking 0. But there's no smoke options for them. They do have the Roshan timer, and the Roshan is almost up. And those tight corridors, I don't know. I mean, VP, they do have a Ravage, which is going to hit everyone. But then again, Na'Vi, they have an Invoker. And his spells, all spells in a line, or his big spells are spells in a line. You know, you got the Chaos Meteor, Deafening Blast. Sunstrike is very easy to hit in those tight corridors as well. So that area is, you know, really just prime space for Invoker. If you get a Deafening Blast and Meteor heading towards that Roshan pit, then you're pretty much screwed. It's going to be really Invoker versus the Tidehunter. The Naga Siren ultimate will not be able to use for initiation there, because the Tidehunter will just be mashing his R button if he does take that sleep. Illusions everywhere, fighting everything. Doing a lot of damage, actually. All 5 are in the mid lane for both teams. It's going to be a rumble soon enough. Spirits seeking everyone out. Just a little bit short of actually hitting anyone, though. Na'Vi, they're going to stick on the high ground. VP, they're going to do the exact same thing. So this became an only mid match. Should be interesting. Naga Siren, Diffusal Blade, Yasha, as well as Heart with Anti-Mage. Okay, there's the item. Manta Style. So Anti-Mage does have quite a bit. He does have a couple of levels in the Naga Siren as well. This fight is going to hinge on the Deafening Blast on the Meteor. Really on that Ravage as well. So positioning is going to be key in this fight. Na'Vi 8 kills down, and they somehow still do have that gold advantage with the towers, but the experience advantage is still vastly in favor of VP as Puppey gets caught out of position. He's going to use his magic stick charges, and he's going to get out of there for the 4-step. Dendi forced to pop off that Ghost Walk, and wow, I can't believe Puppey actually lived through that. Bulldog kind of unnecessarily popping off that Song of the Siren. He thought his team was in a lot more danger than they were, but that Song of the Siren going to be up in 50 seconds, so it's not really a big deal. But VP, they saw that. They're going to go straight towards the Roshan pit. And now Na'Vi, they need to go right now. This is the Wisp healed. Yeah, Wisp is healed. Bottle and Urn charges, that'll be pretty good for healing. Naga Siren ultimate not going to be used to initiate. Well, probably wasn't going to be used to initiate regardless. Tidehunter getting a lot of mana burned out as Arzar pops his BKB on the front lines. Going to get a War Chop on the KSI. They can bring down the Tidehunter before he gets the Ravage off. There is the Ravage catching Bulldog and Light of Heaven. He's going to go down though, and here comes the Dendi from the back end. He's going to lay down a Meteor onto Mozart, who's trying to get away, but Airman is still in the middle of everything. Going to swipe down Puppey. He has used his Mana Void already, and he's going to try to go for it. Mech and Urn Charge popping off Dendi with the right clicks. Holy crap, that Invoker damage. Airman is still being chased. One more hit, not going to do enough. And VP taking a couple of deaths there. Crazy still alive, trying to chill with the Ancients. That's not where you want to be. Crazy doesn't have a 4-staff out. He's going to take a Gale, and he's going to go down as well. 24 to 29. Na'Vi take a very good fight there. And could they go for Roshan? Roshan was actually picked up by Anti-Mage. They didn't manage to burn that Aegis. Still, Na'Vi's Invoker, as I said before, went right here, plowed down that Windrunner. If there was anyone else in that quarter, they would have taken just as much damage. Na'Vi, they use the wards also to bring down that Tidehunter, and the Ravage was completely blocked by that pipe, which was previously popped off right before the fight. And now VP, they're in danger of losing their tier 3s. Fortification slowing Na'Vi down just a little bit. Rubik buying back, with Leshrac spawning. But the mid-racks are in danger. Mozart going to blink right in. Trying to go for Arzat. The tether stun is there, though. Airman is stunned up. He's netted. No, he's going to get shackled, but the Tornado going to interrupt that. Deafening Blast going to hit onto Airman. He's going to lay down his ultimate, but he's stuck in the floor. He's going to go down to this. KSI now on the run, taking a huge amount of damage from this Invoker, who's chasing relentlessly. And switches mind, going to go for crazy. No, the Tidehunter does go down. The Aegis has popped on the Anti-Mage's Dendi, trying to make a little bit happen, but he's going to get telekinesis up to the high ground. Never where you want to be. Popped out the Magic Stick Charge. No! Denied. Oh, the freaking Edict damage from NS, killing the Invoker while he was stunned. Now they should just focus down these melee racks and get out of there as fast as possible. Airman going to dive right back in after burning that Aegis. Tether stun. Not going to latch anyone. Light of Heaven and Arzard stunned together. And Puppy does go down. The Rax is still alive as Arzard going to pop off his BKB, lay down his wards onto NS, but he probably survived from this one. Light of Heaven going to dive suicidally forward. This Rax is not going to happen. I feel like Arzard should have just laid down the wards right here instead of back here for a ward trap. Would have gotten the melee Raxes, and that would have made that entire fight worth it, but Na'Vi getting cleaned up as VP do successfully defend their base, albeit barely. And Anti-Mage is pretty darn deadly right now. I mean, Naga Siren, I mean, yeah, she could do a little bit of damage too, but not the same damage. I agree. What a tree. And VP with all 4 down on the Na'Vi side, only the Naga Siren to defend. They're going to tear down this tower. It's kind of unfortunate for Dendi that the Edict was still active and doing damage. The tower does go down. Anti-Mage with that kill. That will mean that Na'Vi are completely without tier... Oh no, they still have one more. So each team do still have one more tier 2 tower. Each team does have one tier 2 tower. Wait, no. They do have a tier 2 tower. I don't know, guys. Fuck grammar. Grammar's too hard. Too hard. Way too hard. I mean, now I'm trying to think about what's the grammatically correct way to say that. They do have tier 2 towers. But if they're different ownership, each does. I don't know. I don't care. Oh my god. Why? Just get out of my head. Get out of my head. Na'Vi, they're going to push down the mid lane once more. Ravage is up to defend this, though. I feel like it would benefit them if they just, like, catch everyone in the sleep and then just run the Shadow Shaman in, or, like, 4-staff him up to the high ground, lay down the wards, and then try to take out the Raxes. That'll be more than worth it. Secret Agent Shadow Shaman. But looks like they're not going to do those cheesy tactics. They're instead just going to wait until VP are going to be the ones initiating, and now with the Hex Stick up on the Windrunner. Power shot, and Arzard is going to get stunned up. He's probably going to go down from this one. Tornado going to buy him a little bit of time. Black Bar pops up as well. Ravage hitting on Puppy and Light of Heaven. Split Earth going to chain stun that around. And everyone is now sleeping as Admiral Bulldog removes that sleep. KSI stuck in the middle of an ice wall. He's not moving anywhere anytime soon. Shackle is going to slow down Bulldog, but the Tidehunter does go down. Airman still around, still doing a lot of damage. He's going to get sheeped up. Sunstrike going to land perfectly onto Leshrac, who wasn't moving that entire time. And now Crazy is going to get a cold snap. He's going to try to run away, but Na'Vi, they've lost 1 in exchange for 2. Mozart is probably also going to go down as well, shackling Puppy to a tree. Airman on the high ground. He's spotted out, and Puppy is taking a lot of damage from this Windrunner, but he does ultimately get that kill. Airman going to dive right in. Is there a net up? 1 second. Airman gets a tether stun, and Airman's going to go down right now. Oh my god, Na'Vi. I don't know how the hell they did it, but they did manage to defend Art with the durability Black King Bar plus plate mail. Deceptively strong. Like, you don't expect your Shadow Shaman to have that much EHP. Windrunner has bought back Anti-Mage. He does have a buyback available as well, but I don't think it'll defend these Raxes. Na'Vi, these Raxes are pretty much theirs. Dendi with all of his spells, really, just doing tons of damage, and Na'Vi also quite a bit of mobility with this Wisp and the Tornado saving Arzard as well. Amadeus Mozart's going to land right into a... Oh no, KSI, what are you doing there? He's going to get chain stun down. How did he get there anyway? I was not watching, but he is a free pickup there as Bulldog with the illusions does pick up the melee Rax. Range Rax soon to follow, although they probably could just slide up. Another 48 seconds until the Tidehunter is up, and Na'Vi, they have everything at their disposal. They're going to take down the range Rax, and they are going to transition up there. Bulldog leading the way. He's the only one in the base. Needs to be a little bit careful there. He does have illusions in another 10 seconds. Mantis style illusions can pop as well. Puppy trying to keep everyone healed up with those earn charges. But Bulldog gonna get a net onto NS. Are they going to engage on this? Bulldog telekinesed out of the base, saying, get the hell out of here. Wards are dropped, illusions on the front line as well, but Wards stolen. Tornado from Dendy gonna fly and hit 3 people with a deafening blast meteor. Everyone's gonna scatter though. Airman's still in the middle of everything, trying to go for Arzard, popping off BKB, and he's latched to the floor. Bulldog trying to burn out all of Airman's man, but a double man shackle shot is gonna probably bring down Bulldog. He doesn't have any way of escaping this. He's gonna get levitated into the air, and there he goes. Light of Heaven gonna be the next target now. He doesn't have a force staff or anything, so he's gonna get chased down relentlessly by Airman. I don't think there's any way for Navi to save this Venomancer. He's gonna go down, yeah. When Wisp is still here for some reason with the BKB. Gonna do a little bit of tether stunning action, but there he goes. And now Puppy is in a little bit of a poor position. Needs to tether himself out to someone, but there's really no options there. And there's a tether actually from Crazy, as Airman does get a double kill. So Navi overextending just a little bit. And they did put a little bit of damage on this tier 3 tower. That fight was very rough for them. Ravage wasn't even used. It is still up. Navi losing a couple of heroes there. But VP, I mean, they successfully defended their top lane. They're down 1 mid-frax, but you can see with how much power they brought down the Navi side in that top lane skirmish. Well, they're still not out of it. Invoker even caught 3 people with that EMP, with that Deafening Blast Meteor combo. I do believe that's the highest damage combo that Invoker has. I don't know, probably with just 2 spells. But everyone from VP, they're still very healthy. The mech popped off, and they all have 4 stabs and mobility, except for Leshrac, who's pretty tanky himself. Going to go for a soul booster, it looks like. A little bit late for a Bloodstone, I think. But hey, Bloodstone is always good, especially when you're farming heads. But Navi, they do have the mid-racks and the gold earned. Wow, look at this roller coaster ride. Stock market. The XP earned still in favor of VP. Navi brought it back just a little bit. And you can see right at this point, when it starts going down, this is when they decided to go for the top tier 3 tower and didn't play it smart and like siege it from down here. They instead just dove right in. So the graph telling a million stories right here as Navi, like, you know, get a little bit of an improvement on that mid lane racks. But now VP, oh, they're gonna catch Bulldog, relocate in from Puppy and Light of Heaven. Once again, miscommunication from Navi. Airman gonna blink right into that sleep, and the sleep has worn off. Light of Heaven gonna lay down his ultimate. A little bit of damage, but the mech is up, the pipe is up. Puppy can take a gush and just bait it out. Light of Heaven, you gotta watch out for that shackle. Gale is going to latch onto 2. Arzar popping out his BKB, gonna try to get a war chop into KSI. Does not hit though. Here comes Dendy with the 4-man tornado, but he's stunned up and he's unable to do anything. Ravage is gonna kill Dendy immediately. Does he have buyback? He's not buying back right now. Puppy on the front lines with BKB, very durable, but there goes Arzar from that Mana Void. Bulldog now on the run, unable to do any damage at this point in the game. Puppy needs to tether to something, but he's gonna get worked down before he has a chance to do so. 31 for 40, as Navi just taking death after death. Mid lane, though, is pushing in as the tier 4 towers are starting to get worked down, and someone from VP has got to get back there. It is going to be the Tidehunter with that Anchor Smash. He should be able to clear that out. And VP, they're still sieging up right now. Dendy, unfortunately, going for a Orchid. Oh, Refresher? Oh, hell yes. Please, please Refresher on Invoker. I mean, like, it's not the best item at all, but it's so amazing to watch. VP, they're going to look up. They're going to look to make the racks even. Arzard's going to throw out shots. Bulldog. Oh no, he's going to get telekinesed right back into the base. Huh? Song and Siren says nay. Could they fight this? They really need that Invoker. And Bulldog is kind of low on mana, doesn't have the illusions. There goes the tier 3 tower. Airman still doing a lot of damage to the melee Raxes. Shackling Bulldog to a tree, holding him out, denying any opportunities for them to engage. There's a blink in for Arzard, immediately popping off the BB, but it's Bulldog who's the one in a bad position. Pipe gonna pop off, give him a little more EHP, but his mana is completely low. He's gonna make it to the fountain. Oh no, is he? No, the Mana Void in the fountain. Airman getting that kill and get 4-stabbed out by Crazy. The bottom lane Raxes are going down, and what the ass? What? What? What happened? What? Oh my. What the hell? Okay, I have to rewind 46 minutes. I'm going to check that out. I don't know what the hell happened to this mid lane, but oh my freaking god, how did that happen? There's this giant fight going off. Dendy going to lay down all his spells. BKB keeping him very healthy in this. Song of the Siren is active. The BKBs are up. Oh no, that was actually stolen by Crazy. That Song of the Siren was stolen. Dendy's going to take a tether. He's going to chase down Airman. Looks like going to get a cold snap. Trying to duel him 1v1 with that Alacrity. Not going to happen though. But someone's probably got to deal with this. I don't know how the hell this creep wave. This is like 2 or 3 creep waves. How? Look at these guys. They're organized. They've unionized, and now this creep wave I mean, they're going to deal with it with power shots, AoE, Pulse Nova, and stuff like that, but still, what the hell? How did that happen? Oh, wow. This game, man, this game is pretty darn good. Both teams making like some mistakes, getting caught out in miscommunication and such, but so far this game has been very, very solid. Pushing the 47-minute mark, usually they don't like to do these long games just because it takes so much work and it's usually a giant farm fest. Both teams remaining very active. 72 kills total in a 47-minute game, not bad. As the Dire does go down for as the Roshan does go down for the third time. Anti-Mage now capped out as far as levels go. Pretty much capped out as far as his skill builds, as his items go as well. Mozart is going to pick up that cheese, and Airman is just a terror right now. Naga Siren still has a soul ring on her. I mean, she's unable to do the damage. She needs those illusions to pop off, and she needs to keep them alive. But that Battle Fury plus the Anchor Smash plus the Power Shot, Fade Bolt, Lightning, Split Earth, all that jazz, it's really denying a lot of output damage for Admiral Bulldog. Now VP, they want to make another push. They want to equalize this mid lane. They already have the bot lane constantly pushing in, and if they could neutralize the mid lane, then Na'Vi are going to be the ones who are behind. They're already behind, actually. EMP going to land onto Airman, doing a little bit of mana burn, which is probably the most important part of that. But VP, they have all the time in the world because they're holding back the lane that Na'Vi took the Raxus of previously, and they're dead up here. And their bot lane slowly pushing in, so they can just wait and wait and wait, or they can get the tier 2 tower, which will probably take all of 2 seconds. Goodbye, tower. It was nice knowing you. Good attempt there. VP, they're just going to go for the easy meat. Makes sense. And these creep waves are actually getting really big because it's late in the game. But that creep wave from before, that was definitely no ordinary creep wave. Like, I don't know. Maybe they were fighting there and they got, like, held up but they didn't get killed or something like that. I got no idea, guys. But Na'Vi, they are definitely on the back foot. I mean, VP, they have someone who's reliable to do the damage. Anti-Mage is a staple as far as carries go. Naga Siren, her carrying potential really relies on those illusions, and those illusions aren't really working out for her. Doing a lot of damage to Airman. He's going to get hexed up as well. He might go down. No, Song of the Siren denied from Crazy. A little bit of your own medicine, Bulldog. There's the Ravage. There's the Ravage, going to hit only as the Light of Heaven. Puppy and Bulldog actually getting hit by that as well. But once again, a Deafening Blast Meteor combination as Bulldog popping off some Song of the Siren of his own. There it goes. KSI trying to teleport out of this. He's going to go down. Airman trying to stand and fight, but he's going to lose his Aegis right now. Mozart is also in a lot of trouble. He's already burned that cheese, and Puppy, Admiral Bulldog are on his ass. Sunstrike going to land onto the Windrunner, but he is going to escape with 500 HP. Light of Heaven going to work down by the Leshrac as well as the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage still very much alive, but NS stuck in the Ghost form, unable to run anywhere. He's going to go down, as Airman is one of the last ones from VP to live, but he's trying to retreat the bot lane in the meantime. We're getting in full breach. Puppy is here to defend. The Spirits could do a little bit of damage to this creep wave, but really, I don't know if he could hold this forever. Na'Vi, they got a little bit of damage on the melee racks, but they still have defended successfully. Song of the Siren, it's powerful, man. It's powerful. You can see Crazy. Oh, he still has it. Still has it up and available. I don't know how long it's going to last. How much more it's going to last. Actually, I do know how much more. It's like 300 seconds. That should be like 30 seconds, 45 seconds on that clock. But Na'Vi, they do successfully defend. And the Ravage from Tidehunter, I mean, it looked like it was a really bad one, but on the tip of those spikes, they did manage to catch Bulldog, and that slowed down his damage output. But this Naga Siren really needs a little bit more, I feel. She needs like a Butterfly or something, or an Eye of Scotty to give her some rounded stats, something, anything. Hell yes. Dendi, this is why people are always like, oh, Oppa Dendi. Like, I personally don't like that. I mean, I don't understand why people are so excited about, you know, these couple of players. But yeah, Refresher Orb Invoker, double Deafening Blast, probably the most important tool that Na'Vi has. I mean, like, it's their equivalent of a Ravage, because even though they can move around and everything, well, you shut down the attacking potential of the Anti-Mage, who does not have a BKB, although we could get a BKB if he wanted to. Probably clear that out. There you go. These creeps are spawning in quite large numbers. But Anti-Mage, he pretty much needs a BKB at this point, I feel. It's not going to help him versus the net, and I believe that's it. But Invoker dropping down 2 Deafening Blasts, so that'll be absolutely huge if he catches 2 or 3. And he, so far, with the positioning that he has, with the Blink Dagger, with the Force Staff, he's been catching like 4 consistently in every single spell he casts. Except for Sunstrike, which you don't want to catch 4 people. The tornadoes have been hitting everyone, stalling them out. And then the tornadoes have been followed up with the Chaos Meteor as well as the Deafening Blast combination there. So Dendy's just really playing a great Invoker game, 12-6-4 on him. But unfortunately that Invoker, I mean, hits all magic damage and he's almost level 25, and that means that Invoker is almost topped out. Smoke up from Na'Vi. Wisp with the Blade Mail. It's actually pretty cool. Although I don't think VP are dumb enough to attack a Wisp with Blade Mail on. They're smoked up looking for someone. Roshan still halfway until he is going to respawn. And Na'Vi, they think the enemies are in their jungle, but they have a little bit of something to worry about here. Arzark can teleport back, but Shadow Shaman cannot hold this back forever. Shock doesn't have that low a cooldown, really. It needs to be, I feel Bulldog is the only one to consistently and reliably push down this spot lane. I mean, Dendy probably is as well, could do it. He's pretty high level. Still VP, they are pretty far ahead, taking 1 Rax on the bottom lane, and they do have the most important hero in the game right now, Anti-Mage, who has gone for that BKB. So yeah, he's pretty much topped out now. So Anti-Mage isn't going to get a whole lot stronger. I don't know, maybe Bale on the Manta style? I don't know. Or Vlad's offering to get a Satanic or something like that. And then Mana Void is not going to be the most reliable, so he's topped out with the Naga Siren. Does still have quite a ways to go. But Na'Vi are fighting relatively equally. They just got to make sure that they don't take 1 sour fight, because 1 sour fight will mean that they lose the game. Naga Siren does manage to max out as well. Well, and Na'Vi are in a fighting position. The thing is, they don't really have the giant AoE and Ravage. The Deafening Blast sure could do a lot of work, but Deafening Blast is a lot harder to hit everyone than it is to hit everyone with Ravage.
Illusion.
Looks like VP. They're just going to the enemy. Oh, sorry, knocked the mic. Not sure if that was loud or not. They're just going to go into the enemy jungle, farm that up. Those Furblog Warriors just demolished. These guys too. These guys are like, why are you killing us? This is not worth it. There's a war going on. You're killing wolves. Na'Vi, now they're all in the top lane. They do have quite a sizable push coming in from there, so Puppy with the Wisps is going to make sure that that does not threaten their base. But I think they have a little bit more to worry about as far as base threatening goes. Although VP, they're falling back. They have all the time in the world, I guess. They do feel like Airman is big enough to win them the game if they take a favorable engagement. There's no sense running into that. Windrunner also going to start doing some of that damage. Get a crit, maybe, Daedalus. Does do some pretty good damage, so crit probably a good choice there. But as we push the 55-minute mark, still anyone's game at this point. It all depends on the Deafening Blast, on the Ravage, really on the positioning of the enemy teams. But now the supports are getting to the point where they can actually get some farm. Light of Heaven has had the mech pipe for quite a while. He's gonna go for that Aghanim Scepter, but you know, that Poison Nova damage, I mean, it's good and everything, but I don't know if it's worth getting at this point. He probably would benefit more from getting his team like Shiva's Guard or something like that. Deny that attack speed to the Anti-Mage. It's a lot more expensive, yes, but I do feel it's probably a better choice. Shackle not gonna latch his Arzar, pops his BKB. There's a blink in from Airman, though. He's going to try to go for Puppy. Lash to the floor as Bulldog pops off his ultimate, and he's going to try to go toe-to-toe with Airman, but he's losing that battle. Airman seemingly invulnerable there. He's going to go blink in straight for Light of Heaven. Light of Heaven doesn't have a chance in hell. He does a buyback, though, or he should. No, he does not. No buyback for Light of Heaven, and this push in from BP is going to be devastating. Arzart getting caught out of position, forced to pop off that BKB, and the Song of Siren is down for another 40 seconds. Not the longest cooldown on that, but still, that cooldown will, I mean, they're going to be kicking themselves. They want that cooldown right now. What does Crazy have? Doesn't have anything yet. Power Shot's going to fly, and Dendy is going to hit everyone with that Meteor Deafening Blast. Is there a Refresher Orb on that? Where is it? Still looking for it. Bulldog is on the front lines, but Airman is also on the front lines. Cold Snap onto the Anti-Mage, going to slow him down by quite a bit, but the Raxes have gone down nonetheless. Now Bulldog is on the chase, wants to net someone to the floor with that extra movement speed from the tether. He's going pretty quickly, but Dendi is going to throw down another EMP, another Tornado Meteor. He gets annihilated by Airman, and everyone from Na'Vi starting to take a little damage. Puppey hopping off his Blade Mail a little bit too late, and Airman is still very much alive with that Vlad's offering. The Song of Siren is up again, but the creep wave is still getting pushed down as the Song of Siren does leave that AoE. They're going to take this mid-Rax, and with only Naga Siren up and with only Ars Art up, Invoker not up, no buyback. Venomancer no buyback, although he is reviving anyway, and Puppey with no buyback. VP, I do believe they have done it. They're going to pick up the melee Rax and the ranged Rax of this top lane. Nothing that VP could do will save them from this one. There's the GG call from Dendi. Bulldog is getting annihilated by Illusions of Anti-Mage, who's actually the main hero. Is going to go for Ars Art, swiping him down with one more hit of his blade. He's going to blink forward for Light of Heaven. Split Earth not going to hit. Actually, it did hit. He goes down as well, and the only one alive is Bulldog at this point, but the GGs have been called. Mega Creeps are soon going to be knocking on the door of Na'Vi. And Mozart's going toe-to-toe with Bulldog with that focus fire. Holy crap, Windrunner. That damage is not too shabby at all. But anyway, there goes the Ancient as Na'Vi lose this one out to VP from the Starseries Season 3. Thanks for watching, guys. GG. I'm not going to cut it now. I want to see what happened to that creep wave. So, video's pretty much over. There's a score screen for you guys. And we're going to go back now. 46 minutes. And there it is. Oh, that's what happened. Hold on. Hold on, I think I... Wait, no, don't pause it. Keep any hill. Okay. Here we go. KSI, gotta follow KSI. Ravage. Run! Run, KSI. Run. Teleport. Where do you teleport you? Back to the base. Oh. Oh god, he's running straight to the fight. Oh god, this is amazing. I love it. I'm like, that creep wave isn't a normal creep wave. And KSI's like, wait. There's a really big army following me, guys. And now the creep wave is just like, well, that Titan's a little bit too fast, so let's just push the mid lane. And another one spawns. And a giant army of creeps. That's awesome. I love it. Holy crap. That's going to be it for me, guys. GG.